Hi, I'm Kenneth,
Anthony.
and today we're going to be talking about the Snap Partner Summit, and we're going to be going through different points of interest for both Anthony and myself. So maybe we'll start at the end, and we'll move our way back to the front in terms of things other people are talking about. So they ended with the Pixie, which is effectively a drone that follows you while taking pictures. What do you think about that decision, and what do you think about the product?
Yeah. I mean, there might be some AR integrations with that in the future. We'll see. It's interesting. Flying camera drones have been around for a while, but I think this is probably the first to be put out by a gigantic tech company as trying to be a consumer product for the masses. So I think there'll be a lot of people that buy it. I don't particularly foresee it in the next year, like everyone's having these tiny drones following them around. But I can see it heading in a direction where people are trying to personalize their content. These tools are going to help content creators specifically create more interesting content. I think a lot of people will use it to create their snaps, you know?
Yeah, I think it's especially beneficial for emerging creators that might not have a production staff following them around.
Yeah.
People that are not Mr. Beast.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean, like, even when I've played with drones in the past, they're fun. They're super fun, but they're kind of technical. So the easier that it is to use and create content with this flying camera around, more people will do it. But again, like, even with the best DJI drones out there that do have the capability to do auto follow, it is like a very specific crowd that would buy a drone. It's content creators very specifically. But again, anything that makes it easier for people to create cool videos, those content creators are going to buy it up. They just want to put out, a lot of cool video content as fast as possible.
And I think the other thing that got less focus that I personally found a little more interesting was how Snap is approaching virtual try-on of clothes. Do you want to talk a little bit about how the execution is a little different than what we may have anticipated?
Yeah, Snap has probably been at the forefront on body tracking, and there's a lot of creators out there. One of the more popular ones, Don Allen, for the past year, he's been using body tracking to track on digital avatars, and it looks pretty good. But with that type of technology, you're going to see parts of your pant leg come out, your side of your shirt kind of come out. With this new strategy, which it looks like it's starting off with still images, they're using machine learning to try to make it look as real as possible. And I think that's pretty interesting because at the end of the day, I think with the body tracking method, the reason why that hasn't become mainstream is that when people buy clothes, the accuracy of it has to be friggin' high. If it's a little off and you get it as a little tighter or puffier than you thought, that ruins the whole thing. Like, you want a fitted shirt, you want to see what that looks like. With this ML strategy, it looks like they'll get the fit a part of it a lot closer.
Yeah, and some data with regards to that, I believe it's something around 250 million people have tried AR TryOn in terms of clothes on Snap, been tried over 5 billion times. I think that's a number, both of those numbers are going to be accelerating in growth going into next year. And we might be seeing similar numbers for the other social platforms as well, being TikTok and Meta's two primary social platforms, Instagram and Facebook. That seems like it makes a lot of sense for shopping in terms of being a focus. I've personally written about this a few times, but with a lot of the tracking capabilities leading to diminished revenue, largely spearheaded from Apple's efforts on the privacy front, I think you're going to start seeing the social platforms push towards getting some form of a percentage of sales off of items and trying to make money that way. And this also connects to the Pixie in the sense that if you are trying to turn all of your creators into potentially QVC-like personalities, that makes it a lot easier for someone to get into content recording in a way that's a little different. Anything else from the presentation on your top of mind before I go on to a different topic?
Yeah, no, I think we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
The other thing I will talk about is that the Pixie is also interesting to me because if we think about AR glasses, the only thing that, when they get small enough and attractive enough that they can't fulfill as a role is taking pictures of yourself, right? Because technically you might be able to do things that lead to a better experience from AR glasses as a form factor for AR stuff, but you can't take off your glasses and take a picture of yourself, right? And so I think that Snap is thinking ahead in terms of common usage behaviors, and they're kind of working backwards into what a future paradigm might look like. That will be it for us for this week. Anything else from you? Otherwise, we'll wrap up.
Yeah, I think we're good. Maybe one thing that was of interest that we can touch on right before we go is just the glasses themselves.
Sure.
I mean, spectacles, the AR spectacles have been out for a little while.
Yeah.
And they showed a couple cool new demos with hand tracking now. And all that stuff is going to be super important for AR glasses because you're going to need that computer vision for people to interact with the real world and those digital objects in it more seamlessly. So before, with previous AR glasses, it's mostly a visual thing. You might have a separate controller, but making the controllers like your hand and then having the computer vision understand what it's doing becomes super powerful. I think there are some really cool examples where people are using the spectacles to understand information for people who are more, partially blind. I think another part of it was, their computer vision now can do sign language or read sign language.
For ASL.
Yeah. So if I have a friend who uses sign language and I haven't learned it, AR glasses are going to be super powerful in that situation.
Yeah, in terms of being able to just dynamically interpret what the other person's trying to communicate.
Yeah.
All right, bye guys.
Okay, see ya.